on Money Mind several times, and I was also a panel speaker at the NUS Econometric Studies Unit as an FX expert. And I recently participated in the University of Essex and Kaplan Symposium on Alternative Financing, rethinking financial education. Just want to talk a little bit more on this one because the world has changed so much, okay, over the last, I would say, 5 years. All right, so you have things like gamification, right? If you all know about GameStop, then you have memification, and then you have Robinhood. Okay, all this has changed the way the world has traded. Okay, over the last 5 years. Previously, you have hedge funds, the big hedge funds, they go and bully the small fries, okay, unaccordant small fries. And the small fries all run away. All right, they got hit, so they run away. But of course, over the last, I would say, 3 years or 4 years or so, things started to change, things started to unravel. So we have a situation where even the small guys now can take on the big guys, okay, which is good, right? So the big guys cannot have their own way all the time. Okay, so I'm quite happy that it is happening. Okay, so that is the state of the financial situation. But now I'm going to talk about something else, okay, which is of course currencies, a little bit on stocks, all right, later on. Okay, so last Wednesday or last Sunday, I cannot remember. I was telling the group that I was having a session. I say most likely yesterday's CPI, US CPI is going to be a bit softer because of the lower employment number about a week and a half ago. And then I said that, because less people were employed, less people spend. So when less people spend, what's going to happen? There will be lower demand and therefore lower so-called inflation, okay, which is what happened. So inflation lower, so therefore yesterday the number came out at 4%, right, which is quite a bit lower than what the market expected. So what happened? The dollar, all right, went down. Okay, the dollar went down. So the transitory camp was the winner last night, following the cooler than expected US CPI data, which further dampened the need for tapering discussion at the FOMC meeting next week. Okay, this will almost certainly keep the US dollar bulls wary, right? Now, US dollar bulls, those of you who are not familiar, bulls are people who buy US dollars. Bears are people who sell US dollars. Okay, so when you're a bull, you're buying something. When you're a bear, you're selling something. So therefore, if you talk about stock market bulls, means they're buying up the stock market. If you're talking about stock market bears, they are selling the stock market. Okay, talking about stock market, I think the stock market has so-called overstayed, right, its upside for a long time. Right, I'm just waiting for so-called a move, all right, in the stock market going down. Therefore, when it's going to go down is probably when they start tapering. right? Start tapering means they are taking money off the table. Of course, when you take money off the table, you're going to see
What?
people running away from somebody's mic is on. Is it somebody? I get some feedback here. Okay. So, but yesterday, because of the what you call risk aversion, all right, the dollar went up towards the end of the session. Why? Whenever there is risk aversion, they call it, people or the market will run to the safe, so-called safe haven currency. And the US is considered a safe haven currency. So over the last 1.5 months, yes, I'm showing my slides. You cannot see?
Jangan pakai share with testing.
Oh,
Hi guys.
okay. Can you see now? I think you can. I'm quite sure. All right. Sorry for the miscommunication. Okay. And my IT sometimes is a bit messed up. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So to repeat again, so the transitory cam was the winner last night. Therefore, initially the bulls lost. Eventually, they won. But I think, all right, this is my own personal view, is that the US dollar over the fourth quarter, which is starting in another couple of weeks' time, will be weaker.
Please click on dry.
So if US retail sales due tomorrow comes in weaker than forecast, the forecast is negative 0.8%, it will cement the case of what you call probably less demand, which will lead to even cooler CPI. And if it leads to cooler CPI, it will even push off so-called the tapering further and further out. So next week, FOMC, there will probably be no tapering talking, okay? No discussion of tapering, nothing, most likely. If at all, they will just say, oh, they are still monitoring the situation. Okay, somebody is saying something about, I don't know what is cardinals. All right, so never mind. We will check again later. Okay, now, I believe that further risk aversion, okay, That means stock market go down. When the stock market goes down, there's risk aversion. It will keep the Fed from slowing stimulus. All right. So if they do not taper, eventually the US dollar will suffer. All right. So if the US dollar is going to suffer, the other currencies, of course, will be strong. So my take is that the euro, on the other hand, it has been given a lift, a prop by its president, Christine Lagarde, who said she sees the group's growth returning to pre-pandemic levels sooner than later. So if you have this kind of talk from central bank head, then of course the currency will have some support. So therefore, I actually see the euro US trending higher over the coming weeks, all right, towards 1.1900 and beyond, probably even touching 1.20, all right, over the next little while. The only thing that is holding the US dollar now are those so-called US bulls who still insist or who still see tapering and then US dollar interest rate firmer. The problem is, I don't know about these fellas now, okay, but tapering does not mean interest rate rise. Okay, but I think the market want to try and push. So they try and push the market, the US dollar, but every time the US dollar hit a certain level, it comes down. All right. But once the bad news start to come out, I think the dollar will drop very, very, very quickly. All right. Their growth is not fantastic, slowing down. Their employment is also not fantastic. If you go by the last about 10 days ago, right, they had the unemployment number, also not fantastic. So therefore, there is a very high risk that the dollar will drop quite a bit over Q4. Okay, if you want to talk about interest rate rise, the next slide I'm going to show you which one is going to go interest rate rise. Okay, so therefore, euro will be stronger over the next little while against the dollar. Right now, where to for the Aussie and New Zealand? All right. So if you want to take it as an individual currency, where to for Aussie against US, where to for New Zealand against US, or where will Aussie against New Zealand head towards? All right. So tomorrow morning, early in the morning, about 6 o'clock or so, thereabout, the New Zealand Q2 GDP, all right, is forecast to come in at 1.4% quarter on quarter versus 1.6 previous, with the year coming in at a whopping 16.4% versus 2.4% prior. Okay, this is a very, very strong number. And my hunch is it will probably be a bit stronger than what market think. And that, I think, will make the New Zealand dollars, all right, or many people say the Kiwi, stronger. Okay, because if the number is strong, the RBNZ, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, will increase interest rates for sure in October. Unless COVID really becomes very, very, very bad, all right? Then of course they may still not raise interest rates. Otherwise, they will raise interest rates. But again, with COVID, I cannot guarantee, all right? Because COVID is COVID. The virus has its own mind, all right? It doesn't care about anybody. So we have to be very mindful of that. But of course, if there is no virus, or if the virus slows down, the infection slow down, you will see higher New Zealand interest rates next month. And that means New Zealand will likely be stronger than Australian dollars. Australian employment, also due tomorrow, is forecast to worsen appreciably, all right? This is Australian employment number for August. And as you know, the COVID situation in Australia is not very, very good. Right? Over the last 6 weeks, they have lockdowns. New South Wales, Victoria, the two main cities, right? And the cities that are outside, right, are getting a little bit better. Okay, cities like Darwin, Brisbane, all right, even Adelaide, you know, they are doing okay. But because Victoria and New South Wales are the largest, all right, in terms of population, the employment data is forecast to worsen appreciably with a loss of 70K jobs versus plus 2.2K in August. All right. And the unemployment rate is forecast to run up to 4.9 versus 4.6, which is bad for Aussie, right? Which is bad for the Aussie dollar. And there is a greater chance of the Aussie data coming in worse than expected, while the New Zealand dollar may surprise on the upside, which means we may see a lower Aussie US and higher New Zealand US, which means, all right, if you look at the last line, this will obviously see Australian against New Zealand drifting towards 102.00. Now it's about 103.15, 103.20. All right. So they are looking at it to go down towards the 102 level, which is right, very, very possible. Right now it's about 103, about 15.20 level. So there is a very, very good chance that it will go lower tomorrow because of the poor Aussie number. Now, the recent Chinese data, which came in weaker than forecast, suggesting slower China growth, will also be a drag on the Aussie. Okay. Now, after saying all this thing, all this bad news about Aussie, I have some glimmer of hope. Personally, I will start buying Aussie here. Okay, because I think it's near the bottom. I think all the bad news that is coming out for the Aussie, most of it has been out. So from here on, my own personal view is the Aussie will start to strengthen against the US dollar, all right? Against the US dollar, but against New Zealand dollar, not yet. But against US dollar, yes, the Aussie will strengthen over the next little while, all right? Probably into the year end, okay? So if you're talking about currencies in focus, okay, the positioning on the US dollar appears to be on the long side at the current moment. I think the market, the boys, the big boys, many of them are long US dollars. But you see, even though they're long US dollars, the US dollar is like very, very reluctant to go higher. It goes up a little bit, it comes down. It goes up a little bit, it comes down. So I believe a correction to the downside is not very far away. Okay. And to repeat again, the Aussie, on the other hand, has been sold down quite aggressively, right? Because of the bad news in recent days. And the market is now extremely short. So we are liable to see a recovery sooner than later. Okay, so of course we will look to buy dips in the Aussie towards 0.7270, right? Which is like 40, 50 points away. You buy dips in the New Zealand dollars at 70.65, which is like about 30 points, 35 points away. And of course, you buy dips in the Euro US towards 1.179095, which is about 20, 25 points away. All right, so I would definitely want to long all these currencies. I think really the US dollar upside is very, very, very limited. Okay, very limited. Any questions? so far? You all realize I did not ask questions. The first slide, second slide, now the third slide, then I ask. It's easier. Any question, don't be shy, okay? Just ask. Any traders out there, any FX investors out there, you can ask, no problems. Anyone, any questions? You can go on the chat, or you can go on your mic, all right? And then you can unmute and you can speak. Anyone? No questions? Okay, no questions, never mind. But I can leave it to the end, all right? Then I can leave it some more time to ask questions. I always do this, all right? Because being passionate, okay, somebody is saying something. Very good question, Sean. Okay, my answer is yes. There is a very, very high chance that they will face not hyperinflation, high inflation, slow growth, or no growth. All right, they call it, there's a word, of course, if you have studied econs, it is called stagflation. Okay, inflation with slow growth or no growth. Hyperinflation, not likely, but slow. Now, of course, if that happens, US dollar will go down. If US has very high inflation, very slow growth, eventually, the high inflation, nobody will buy US goods. All right? And when nobody buy US goods, the currency will go down. Which is why I've been trying to tell you guys, over the next 3 months to 6 months, we're going to start seeing very, very weak US dollars. All right? I am positioning myself for a very weak US dollar. I've started actually inquiring, and I'm going to give a seminar probably sometime in October, November. Unfortunately, it's a paid seminar, but you don't pay a lot, okay? But you will get the takeaway. You'll get a lot of good ideas that will put you in good so-called form over the new year, okay? Next year, 2022, where you can actually make quite good money, all right, next year. So if you all are keen to attend the seminar, you can let me know. Of course, I need a critical number. Otherwise, you know, if there's only 2 of you attending, of course, it's a bit difficult. 10 or more, I told you 20, but I think maybe 10 or more I will also do, because I think it's quite useful for people. So any of you who are keen to also attend, please let me know. Because during the seminar, I'm going to talk about the currencies for next year, what you're going to see, okay? The direction. So next year, there is a very, very strong chance, okay? I will tell you why. I'll give you my reason. Dollars, US dollars can drop 10-20% easily next year. So I'm going to position myself in doing that. So I'm going to buy Aussie, keep the Aussie. I'll tell you the levels and all that. So later on, I'll talk about my chat group. So you want to know about the levels, you want to know about holding, how long. Those who are in my chat group, you all will know. All right, I will come out eventually what levels are going in. Does that answer your question, Sean? Luke, yes. Yes. But must wait. Okay, you must collect. Slowly you collect. So if you are in my chat group, so therefore, of course, you will get ideas from me. And of course, those who attend the seminar, all right, when to go in, when to hold. All right, so when you're in my chat group, I will tell you roughly, all right, of course, it's not cast in stone, how much to go in, to hold, and how long to hold. And then you go in, okay, right, like this round. All right, Sean, Luke, you all know. I've again and again, I've told you guys to buy. Of course, Luke, you are short Aussie, Aussie, New Zealand, so you're doing very well. There are some who are long New Zealand, also doing very well. So, of course, sometimes the levels you go in is important, but those whose levels are not so good, all right. I have some currencies where the levels I went in not so good, but I keep it there, all right. And generally, my levels are quite okay, all right. So those who bought Kiwi at 0.69, 0.68, all right, when you first started the group, you all are doing very well now because Kiwi US is about almost 71. Okay, so I will definitely share details, all right, of the seminar over the next 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, all right. So I always ask this question because I think it's important. All right, for some of you who are trading who have not make money, those who are currently trading FX, and you feel that your performance is not up to where you want it to be, or you don't have enough time to monitor the market, you can join the SCCI Market Tips Chat Group, where you get daily trading views with entry and exit stop loss and take profit levels. Okay. In addition to getting the trading views, you'll also be in a group of active FX investors to learn from them, and of course they will also learn from you. Okay, that way you will sharpen your trading skills. When we first started this chat group, it was $80, and then it went to $100. All right. Unfortunately, now there's more and more people in the group. Now the fee has gone up to 130 per annum, my dear friends, not per month. So if you want to put it in cents, it is 36 cents a day. So if you are trading FX, you know FX, you don't make 36 cents a day. You make $50, $40, $50, $100 a day. You don't make 36 cents a day. So $130 per annum, you can actually sometimes make in 1 day or 2 days, and you pay off your fees for the year. All right. So I always encourage people, you can, it's good. Okay, Luke, thank you very much. Okay, Luke is one of the members of the chat group, and definitely he has learned a lot because the guys over there in the chat group, they are very, very active, all right? And they talk a lot, and they also tell you what levels they want to go in, what levels they want to get out. Of course, I also have my own levels, all right? So if you want to join, contact me at 9452-1922, and I will tell you how to go and join. My dear friends, it's only 36 cents a day. Is Dominic here? No? Dominic may not be here today. All right. Okay, actually, Luke, Dominic, I think all of them who have joined the chat group, they have all made money. All right, so far. Of course, no guarantees, but I try to make this chat group as profitable as I can. Okay, so because I want this one to be a very, very active group with more and more members, hopefully eventually reaching like a couple of 100 members. All right, now I have about 25, all right, around there, like 23, 25, I cannot remember. It's there about. It will get there, all right, eventually. Okay, so contact me if you want to join the group. Next, risk management is the key to longevity. After trading for more than 3 decades, I believe that the key to longevity is to have good risk management in place. Okay, you can make good profits, but the key to staying in the game is to keep those profits instead of giving them back to the market. All right, so that's very, very important. So I've been around for like 36, 37 years, still around, still trading. When we talk about risk management, when you trade, you must ensure that you have enough so-called margin to last, all right? And to trade in and out to make the profits, right? So that's called, risk management. Okay, this part of the session is over. All right, now I'm going to go through the next session, which I usually do. So this part is over. Any questions before I go to the next section? Okay, the next section is teaching you guys how to be profitable. Okay, why? I always ask myself in the banks, okay, when I was in the bank, I always observe why a high percentage of bank dealers make money and why a high percentage of retail FX investors lose money, all right? And I've come to the conclusion that because we in the banks, we are trained very well in fundamental and technical analysis, we tend to do better. Whereas those retail investors, many, all right, I would dare say 95%, you are probably trained only one way. You're either very strong in technicals, which is like 80%, or you're strong in fundamentals, which is the next 15%. So 80% use charts, 15% use fundamentals. I am one of the fundamentals, but I also use technicals. All right, I use both. But if you stick to one, you normally don't last very long. You must have both. So when you join the chat group, you get fundamentals from me, and you get technicals from the folks, the other young chaps in the chat group who are very strong in technicals, and they will tell you, all right, which level is good, which level is. You also get it from me, but they also will tell you, what level is good to buy, which level to go in. All right, so you share ideas. That is the purpose of the group, right? To share ideas. Okay, after teaching and training the central bankers for so many years, last year I decided to bring this to the public via the skill futures, forex trading, hedging, and risk management course. Okay, and of course I look forward to training you to be a profitable retail FX investor or FX hedger. All right, so if you have a business, all right, where you have FX exposure, I can also teach you how to hedge your exposure, because FX volatility can impact the profitability of a company. So you will go through that during the course. Okay, and because it is a course that allows you a new skill, okay, you are able to trade foreign exchange and also other asset classes like gold. Okay, and you'll be part of a chat group where you will enhance your knowledge on foreign exchange, and you also receive trading ideas. Okay, so if you want and you feel that you need training in fundamentals or in risk management, please do not hesitate to call me again, 94521922. for more information on registering for the course, all right? Or you can scan the QR code later on when I flash it on the screen to register, okay? So now, because this is a Skill Futures approved course, those who are Singaporeans, age 25 and above, you would have some credits in your Skill Futures account, your credit. You can use that to offset the fee of $500 for this course. And even at this cost, $500 is one of the cheapest courses in town. All right. Most of the courses that I know some of my students, some of my fellow, learners, those who come to me after that, they say, oh, I used to pay 2K or 3K or some even as high as 5K, okay, for this course. And they learn something, of course, but not as much, they say. That's the main gripe now, okay? But of course, who am I to say that the other trainers do not provide as much? I only hearsay. So of course, I cannot comment so much, all right? But all I can tell you is that when you pay 500 for this course, you're actually getting a lot more because, okay, when you attend this course, you will have a lifetime support from me, right? On the chat group, all right? When I talk about chat group, it's not the SCCI Market Tips chat group. It's another chat group where those who have attended the course, I will put them in a chat group where they will learn again. But if you want to be more active in trading, then you have to join the SCCI Market Tips chat group, all right? Paying the $130. That one will give you a lot of experience, all right, in terms of trading, all right? I will share regular updates on Forex, movements, sometimes on gold, all right? And once in a while, I will come out on stock market, okay? For those of you who are doing stocks, okay, I just give you a quick one. Those of you, I see there's about 8 or 9 of you still in the group. If you do stocks, ETFs, they call it exchange traded funds, wait for a rally, a corrective rally in the Hong Kong ETFs and the China ETFs to sell. Right? It's EWJ and FXI. Okay, that's the code. If you do that, when the rally comes, I will be monitoring that one. I think you can make quite a bit of money. I think China is slowing down. All right, so the Chinese stock market is not going to be healthy for a while. This is the QR code. You can scan it. I'll let you have 1 minute to scan it. Okay, joining my chat group. The course is a good refresher for those who are currently trading FX and who want a different perspective on what to look out for. If you believe that you have adequate knowledge in the technicalities of the FX market, but you still need some help, you can join my chat group where I will give daily calls on the market. There will be at least one call to buy or sell a currency pair with entry and exit levels. All right. Just to repeat again, okay. I used to pay 150 US for this kind of service, okay, per month, all right, not per year, and it's US dollars. Now it is $130 per year. You pay one time 130, and you get one whole year of trading views. I dare say, no other place in the world can you find this cheap. Of course, there'll be people who come to me and say, hey, but sir, but Victor, I have some free ones. I don't think you can get it every day or during the course of the day, you get new ones, all right? We chat among each other and say, hey, today, good level to buy euro against yen or good level to sell pound. We will come out in the group. in the whole world, I'm very confident you cannot find this, because I really want this one to grow, all right, and to grow well, so that everybody makes money. Okay, so oh, I forgot something. Hang on, I think I missed one. Okay, this is testimonial from people who have attended the not attended, sorry, who have registered or joined the chat group. One of them says, for someone new to Forex, this group has helped me in marrying the macro indicators with the trade strategies. In fact, Luke just now said the same thing. It helped him a lot. This guy is quite a newbie, all right? So he made quite a bit of money. And the next guy, the second one, the analysis of economic indicator is great if the overall result is good. This guy uses technicals, and now he uses fundamentals as well after attending my course, and he finds it very, very useful and very, very profitable. Okay. He used to find it someone said, I used to find it difficult to trade as I do not have the time to do my own analysis. However, after joining Victor's chat group, I did more trades and was more profitable. And the last guy, of course, there's many more, but I just put 4. Another guy said, my daily trading view is good because it has good risk management. Okay. Now, I may have missed something. Okay, just hang on a second. Okay, I think I accidentally deleted that part. Okay, now in addition to learning all this, when you attend the Skill Futures, my Skill Futures course, you will also get access to 3 ebooks, or rather 2 ebooks and a set of notes. The ebooks, one is on fundamental analysis and one is on technical analysis. All right. And the last one, the notes, is on risk management. What is leveraging? What is margin? How to do a risk reward ratio. All right. I will teach that during the course as well, and also give you the notes so you can do that. Okay. So the next Skill Futures course, all right, unfortunately, I just had confirmation from Skill Futures, right, that the course has been renewed, so-called this Forex course has been renewed for a further 2 years. All right. The funding. Okay, when you do Skill Futures, you need funding. So now the next course is on 18th Sept, which is like 3 days away. All right. So people say, wow, rush. But no problem. Okay, if you really want to attend the course on 18th Sept, you can do registration tonight, tomorrow, Friday. All right. And then you can do the claims from Skill Futures when you are in class on Saturday. All right. We will teach you how to do the claims immediately. So you actually have 3 more days. So it's not really a rush, but you will learn quite a bit of things. All right. So 18th Sept is the next course. If you miss the 18th Sept one, the next one would be like October 23rd. I do it every month. All right. I do it every month. So any of you who want to attend, again, you just contact me. Okay, 94521922, and I will send you the link for you to register. Now, believe me, when you learn the course, you will learn a lot of things, right? That you've never learned before, and after that, you keep on learning for whenever I'm around. Okay, I'll be around for a long time. Of course, I say a long time now, but being a Christian, we all know sometimes God want to take you back, he takes you back. But we believe that, all right, as long as I'm here, I will continue to be in foreign exchange. I'll continue to teach because that is my, I think I showed you earlier on, right? My trading passion and my training passion are both there. Okay. Any questions? Okay, don't be shy. Okay, those of you on the come for the call, just come because you will learn a new skill. I guarantee you. All right, you learn how to trade. Trading is not easy, but if you persevere, if you continue, you work at it, eventually you will be able to make some money. All right, I believe so. Anyone have further questions? Anyone? Don't be shy. Some repeats. I see a few names. All right. All shy. All shy. Never mind. You can PM me, okay? Personal message me, okay? I will respond because some people are very shy, huh? I realize that. All right. If don't have, I will end here. But again, it's open. If you have any question regarding foreign exchange, you have any question regarding the markets, even though you're not in the chat group yet, like tonight, let's say you have some question but you don't want to ask in the chat, you can just PM me and I will try and answer you as best as I can. Okay. Thank you for attending, and I hope to see you guys at the course. Hopefully, some of you. All right. So see you and good night. Have a good rest tonight. Cheers. Bye-bye.